Welcome back to the ESL Pro League Asia playoff. We're about to head into Dust 2 between these two teams. Lucid Dream from Thailand, and you got CyberZen from China. So some pretty good representation across Asia, making it their way through to your playoff sort of scenarios. You know, usually we'd be seeing your Boot Dreamscapes or something like that try to best it against your Chinese Titans. I mean, we have seen two of them come through to this playoffs position now between your Vici Gaming and your CyberZen, who they used to be together, so that always kind of confuses me. But yeah, I mean, right now we're just seeing if it will be China versus China, or maybe as we've seen a couple times, I feel like a lot of these Thai teams have been making it through a lot of these qualifiers lately, whether it will be a China versus Thailand.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a China versus China, honestly.
Probably.
I think CyberZen are going to probably, I don't know, it depends on which side they start on. Like, obviously we can't tell that until we get into the game. Oh, actually, no.
No, it should be pick from Lucid Dream. So CyberZen, I mean, they might start on either. They might start on T or CT.
Yeah, right.
Just depends how they're feeling on the day. Personally, I usually prefer my T starts on a map like Dust 2. Personally.
And then if you're feeling it in the second
But if you
half,
if you want to get your AWPer into the game very quickly, it's good to start on the CT side. Like, if you want to get your AWPer, build up some confidence, get him going a little bit, because it can be quite hard to get certain players into the game if you start off on the T side. Some people just have to kind of play the role they're given and just do their best. And I feel like AWPing on the T side of Dust 2 is very much I will sit in suicide and watch short, and then 40 seconds later, once I'm done holding that line, I'll go and do something else. Sometimes you can fall
Sometimes
asleep.
it's more than 40 seconds. It can be up to a minute and a half before they're like, oh, cool, we need to take a site now.
Yeah. Alright, CT side preference from CyberZen. Interesting to see indeed. So this is going to be an opportunity for Lucid Dream to be like, okay, here's our map pick. We're going to run our strategies. Straight up cat though.
Just Cause going down first. HZ feeling it, finding two, able to just, almost make it back to trash before being shut down. Viva finding a frag at mid and into 2v3. Savage is going to be double dinked. Niffy feeling it. Leaf, though, dropping straight into CT. Both the players looking to go to B. CTs have heard this one, but with the smoke there, they may not be able to get a line of sight as they try to cross into window. That will be the bomb caught out and dropped. And now Leaf down to 54 HP, has to face. And the bomb is in an extremely rough position for him to try to get this one back. He could potentially jump across, but the CTs seem to be feeling it. A minute to play with.
He's got no armor, which is the big killer. Only a couple of stray bullets. He's dead. That is indeed a stray bullet.
With the 5.7.
Yeah.
Not the most accurate gun, but it's dished out the damage. And now going into the second round. CyberZen taking the first, so off to the lead initially.
Should be the save from Lucid Dream. Not a big fan of the force buys on your Dust 2. They are going to give CyberZen the opportunity to make a lot of money. Savage is actually just going to hold on to the USP, which is something we've seen a lot more lately with this new meta.
Knowing that the Ts, or this opposite team, won't actually buy any head armor, it is a very strong decision. As long as you hit your shots, you've only got those 12 bullets in the clip.
If you got on CT pistol, you'd be good on this round, though.
Famous going to be too strong for Niffy getting that headshot. And now Savage solo holding at long with that USP we were just speaking about.
Oh, look at
Lucid Dream, they're going to be shut down at mid. HZ and Viva feeling it at the moment. Leaf gets a consolation frag, but Bottle, $600 in the bank.
Think of all the bottles he can buy.
Plastic or glass? I feel like glass is more expensive.
Regardless, he'll have a very large bottle family.
Large bottle family.
Yep.
Is there a Bottle the second? Because we've got junior and senior.
I don't know, but I do know that some players have, you know, your brothers playing in the pro scene as well, like JW's brother. You also got Xcurate has a brother who's pretty good in Indonesia, apparently. That's what Kev tells me anyway.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe some of his bottle friends that he buys can become pros too. Who knows? I would probably lean towards no. Bottles don't have arms. They're going to get shut down coming out long. Savage actually just went straight for the Dak. Unbelievable. Are they going to recover that? He's actually died.
The Dak.
Pick it up.
Has he really?
Yeah, he had it.
Oh my gosh.
But they haven't picked it up.
Good decision. Get that out of the server. The disrespect. But the bomb is going to be in the eyes of CyberZen. They've got the man advantage and the full rotation. All four players looking to hold the bomb here at long.
There it is.
And the DAC will be taken by TB, looking and covering that flank area, which is actually going to see a bit of action shortly. Just Cause making his way up short, nice and quietly. Will be joined by Leaf, who has a scout, so that long range could come in handy. That extra scope.
Going to be pretty hard to break this position from the CTs, though. They have set themselves up around this bomb. Best of luck, boys.
There we are. The gates are open. TB looking to connect some shots, but one bullet from the AK is all it's going to take to get the DAC out of the hands of the CTs and bring it back to a 3v3. 40 seconds remaining. The T's just cautious of their flank as they do start to try to make their way down long. HZ, the better man, with the DAC here, getting the kill feed. 3K on the semi-auto. And CyberZen find 3 in a row as Lucid are now probably going to be back on the pistols.
And I mean, this is something that you see a lot more in other games that aren't Counter-Strike, I feel like. But it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, you're going to go, like, for example, I don't know how many people or how much you know about, like, StarCraft, but sometimes if someone's on their really comfortable map or something, you throw in some wild strategy that's like, oh, you know this map, this is your preferred map, you're feeling comfortable. Now I'm going to do something completely random you've never seen before, and it's going to throw you off guard so you can't play your normal game. And I feel like that's the equivalent of buying that DAC straight into the first round. Wanna Fly just 1D Vivu's trying to set up on plat with that DAC, I believe.
HZ ready for the aggressive push with that nade. Over towards short. Savage dink through the smoke. 17 HP will fall back and group up on the B site.
Not much utility left for these CyberZen players. This is probably going to be a win for Lucid Dream, I would say.
And on the pistols, though, they
would have to miss so many shots, right?
Oh, but 17 HP on the DAC. Is he going to be able to hit his shots?
He's got a molly as well, but he's never going to get to throw it. Sorry, molly.
The timing coming in. There's the lineup. Finds 2, but not the 3rd. He actually was assisted by Wanna Fly. The team kill coming in. The man's feeling sharp, finding yet another and opening up the B site. 2v2. The bomb has crossed and should go down successfully. Now Bottle and HZ with an AK and M4. But Niffy's found his own, and this man was looking sharp in the previous map, on the CT side at least. Let's see if he can do it on the T side here on Dust. But Bottle, that Molotov, perfect placement to force Niffy out in the open. Molotov burning, tickling him on the toes, and Hurricanes and Bottle. Great retake to find a 4th round for CyberZen. Looking for the 16-0, calling it early.
3 1Ds from Wanna Fly. If you include his teammate, that makes 4. That's pretty good. Pretty good way to make your way into that save round. But now Lucid Dream, I mean, they didn't have the best of buys in the last gun round, and they were going up against that surprise DAC. It will no longer be a surprise. Now they're going to decide what it is they want to do in this round. It's going to be a bit of a pause, probably some internet issues once again. But they have 6 to 7K in the bank. If they want, they can buy 4 ops like you were suggesting, Mac.
If they want.
I don't know that I would really subscribe to that. Might be a good strat against the DAC maybe though.
Yeah, it depends on what Lucid think CyberZen are gonna do, right?
I mean, once you face that DAC in the first gun round, I'm pretty sure all of your thoughts and ideas just go firmly out the window, and you just go, okay.
All right, the strat is now find out where the DAC is, try and avoid it as best possible because it's just absolutely destroyed us so far. Yeah. Or just buy smokes, make tunnels.
It's kind of similar to like the way you play against double AWP, I feel like. You kind of just go like, they have a DAC, let's just hit him with a mid to B or something, and it should, high percentage should be a pretty good play. Don't give them
depending
too many
on where the DAC is. If the DAC's at window.
I don't think that's such a good position for the DAC, to be honest.
Well, it's not, but, you know, we've seen some weird positions coming out today.
Yeah.
So
I used to buy the DAC a lot. I don't do that anymore.
Good man.
Yeah.
I respect you more.
I used to buy it in like officials. All the time.
That is so dog. That is a dog act. Straight up.
Because I love my overpass, so I used to like to do like the old like, oh, we're gonna stack 3 in toilets with rifles or something, or maybe like AWP and double toilet stack, and then you have like the retake with the DAC boosted up to cover B.
Okay.
Pretty gross.
It's pretty,
it would always be me, so my team would just be like, ugh, really? You're going to call this? Like,
Pilly, what are you doing? Where are your thoughts? Are they in the bin or are they in your heart?
Yeah, but then I get 2 kills and no one questions me ever again.
That's it. It's like, look, it worked, okay. Bad manners doesn't matter as long as you get the W.
Now Leaf's got the ult. First time we've seen it from Lucid Dream. He'll be going up against Savage and potentially Viva with the Dak. Pretty quick cat control without it. Short smoke at all. It's very brave. Well, even if you do have the cat control, you still got to make your way through Savage, which is pretty scary.
It is an ordeal that Lucid will have to deal with. But plenty of utility to make their way to site. Looks like Niffy still trying to work an angle here. Smoke coming out. And that allows CyberZen to be aware of the T's on short. Plenty of footsteps coming in. Good flashes, slowing them down, breaking them up as well. Niffy out solo, not going to be traded just yet. Savage flicking. Can't get the second bottle. Traded out by Just Cause, who goes down to HZ. Savage eventually finding himself a second here on the AWP, and HZ covering that flank, ready for the long push.
How is this man so quick? He's like 28 years old. It's not fair.
Who, Savage?
Yeah. Hurricanes isn't it. I don't think he's a youngster either. They're so sharp.
He can be old and sharp.
I'm 22 and I already feel like I'm cooked. I'm already toast.
I didn't start playing Counter-Strike competitively till I was like 23 or 4.
Really?
And I never made it anywhere. So maybe that is a sign of being completely...
I never made it anywhere either. And I'm 22. I feel like I'm toast and I can't aim. So I just don't understand. Maybe it's a Chinese thing. Maybe all the, you know, there's something in the water.
Something in the water.
Yeah.
Fast muscles. Twitch reactions. I've actually thought about what would be the optimal way to train, like fitness-wise, as an esports competitor. And from what I've heard...
Probably just to maximize energy, right? Energy and focus.
Focus, but also reactions.
Rather than like muscle building and stuff.
Yeah,
reactions.
Muscle building's okay, but from what I've... this is just going off a theory, because I don't know many, I guess, Counter-Strike players that are sprinters, right?
Yeah.
But sprinters give you that twitch.
Okay.
Like twitch fitness, like very fast reactions, as well as building that muscle and being extremely fit and focused. And I think everyone should get on the sprinting track.
Maybe. We
should start having 100-meter dashes down long.
I had a bit of a run for the train today just to find out that it was delayed and I was going to miss my connecting one anyway. So that's definitely helped me, I would imagine. Maybe I need to hop on the server later. This is the long take from CyberZen. Just Cause is already out there though, so he picks up Hurricanes. Was a bit more of a lean towards B, so it's a bit of a light long control, trying to cover all their bases with the utility, but the aim duel goes the way of Just Cause anyway. That's definitely going to be a big win for Lucid Dream, and it's going to start to make CyberZen second-guess themselves and mess with their rotations, but they're going to choose to. They're in a 4-on-5. They're going to heavily fight for this middle area of the map, although they are starting to shift away now.
Oh, good flash. Leaf actually getting the info. Will be shut down through the door. Dak on Viva, too strong, and Bottle finds another onto Zendi. What a couple of trades there. Oh, Savage, though, ready for the wide peak. Niffy going so wide. Bit of team damage onto Bottle, too.
He's too quick.
Didn't want to actually look at the colours of the model in the server there. Just decided to go gung-ho, as he did expect short to be dirty. But in the 4v2, Wannafly and Just Cause slowly making their way up short. Still have to make it past the scope of Savage, who is ready and waiting. Expecting a flash to be thrown. She's dodged successfully. Good shot to take down Just Cause. He spotted the bomb and found himself a third for the round. Almost a fourth if he did get that team kill. Bottle barely surviving the damage that is from the man, the old man apparently, 28.
I don't know. Let me double check.
Veteran gamer.
I know he's a veteran though, for sure.
And into the 7th, CyberZen still yet to drop around to Lucid, who are now back on the pistols. Some armor to play with. Trying not to go too far below that 2k mark. Leaf going down to 1600, but with the round loss bonus, it should not matter too much. Early utility going to be used from CyberZen to slow down any pushes, expecting the pistols to be in the hands of the T's. Now Viva with the Dak, finding one, almost a second, taking tickle on the leg there. Bottle holding strong, running out of bullets and shut down by Wannafly, but TB there for the trade. As we go into the 1v4, Leaf last alive. He has been spotted, and with that long push,
Long push.
HZ gonna shut down Leaf there.
So Savage is 29 and Hurricanes is 28.
There you go. So aged gamers still here playing strong. You don't need to be young. You know?
The interesting fact about a lot of these Thai players is that most of them are quite young. Like most of them are like 16 or 17 to like 23.
Oh well, they've
like
got
the entire scene.
More than 10 years younger than the other team.
Yep.
Crazy to think about, but that's
maybe
esports,
they've just
right?
missed out on some learning opportunities, and that's the difference, really. Oh my god, the 1-for-1 should favour the T side, really, in terms of that long take coming out, but the CTs are going to fight for it.
Oh, spotted going into pit 2, but not a lot of utility. There are some mollies to flush him out, but Viva fights regardless. Savage here for the backup. Although timing not going to favour him. Zendi out wide, picking up the 2K, and that is going to be the A side. Almost open, but the fast rotate from TB as he comes in with the AWP. Spotting the T.
It's the Dak. Still haven't died.
Oh,
it still
is
hasn't
the
died.
Dak. I just see the scope and assume that no one has the bad manners to pull out the Dak. That's just ingrained
Viva
in my
finally
casting.
died with it after ages, and TB's gone and made the legacy live on. Respect.
Although, ooh, does some damage, but does not take Wanderfly out of the server. Molly coming out from bottle here.
Ooh, I love the way he throws that smoke to put it out.
Very nice. Oh, good angle. Finding one, looking for more. Not many bullets left in the clip. Will fall back, and TB shutting it down Leaf, but the bomb will be planted successfully. 2v1. CyberZen looking for the retake.
Zendi, he's got to use this Molotov very well and find his one-on-ones. He needs to hit those heads. There's the first. He's already doubled up in this round.
Oh, ballsy from TB there. Jumping, getting the USP.
He's cooklied him.
Oh, the Kukli. All right, so TB is incoming VAC ban very shortly.
100%.
100%. But what a retake, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even. That's the thing, like, right? I was already gonna say, like, the thought was already in my head when Zendi gets those 2 kills. I was like, yeah, that's good that you did that, and now you're probably gonna win the round. But that's not a T side on your map pick. Like, that's not a thing. You were losing that round heavily.
Yeah.
And then Savage you got timed, and then you were able to pick up his teammate, and suddenly you're in a 3-on-2, and you still can't win. Like, come on. This is your map pick, boys. You need to come back into this one, and it's not looking good for you. CyberZen, they're powering up. They're playing a lot better than I think I've ever seen them play.
Ooh. Traded damage. I will go back. Bottle, though, they should have watched that push from short. Even though the Molotov did go down, they can't all be caught out in the open like that. 2 of them were at ramp, not even facing.
Yep. You just don't give them the aim doors, even if they are on short. Peek together. Have someone bobbing up and down on the site. You peek from Goose. You even have the guy from long spotting. Just have him spot the short cross, and then you can just pop out from 2 different angles. There's no way you can win. Instead, you just give them the aim doors.
Many different options in that scenario. The Molotov forced out the A-site player, though.
Yeah.
But he should have had the help from the teammates there.
You can still just wait.
Exactly.
You just wait for it. Oh, they are so ready for this mid to be. They've never been more ready for this mid to be in their life.
Ooh, Savage, though, getting a little antsy.
That pick is going to encourage them to do it, though. Although that is the guy who's been wrecking them at Cat, so maybe they are actually going to go up Cat. Fair enough.
Which they will. HZ spots the shadow, will pick up the frag onto Wanderfly, and Long is now open for the CTs to hold up short. Bottle holding strong, gets 2. Huge effort from that position. Eventually traded out, but in the 2v3, CyberZen now with the man advantage.
Just Cause has got the bomb. It's 20 seconds, mate.
They're worried about A-site. But CyberZen is letting them plant here. No one even at long. They've dropped down with the bomb. Just Cause, what have you done? That is a very, very questionable play.
Why did he do it?
I don't know.
Just Cause.
Just Cause.
He doesn't care.
And Niffy, I don't know, maybe some miscommunication, maybe the tilt factor coming in, and he just decides to, you know, not even bother going for the round.
This is not the real Lucid Dream. This is very, very switched off, very nervous, very, oh god, we might be going to Odense Lucid Dream, like high pressure game scenario against a good team Lucid Dream. Could
also be the, I don't actually want to go to Odense.
I like it here in Thailand. It's nice. Odense.
Good climate.
Sounds like a transformer. Why would I want to go there? Actually, you definitely would. That sounds sick.
What, transformer?
Odense.
Yeah. Sounds like a transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd have a shield.
German engineered transformer. Apparently, they're the best at it, so, you know, it'd be the best transformer. Would it be a Decepticon, though? Would the power get to its head? That is a question we will find out once Odense reveals his final form, or his robotic form. When the,
I mean, they said it was a tech-heavy city. I didn't think it was going to go that far.
I love it.
All right. It's a tactical timeout.
New Transformers coming out soon, too.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
Really? Any of them?
I've seen none of them.
You've missed Explosions.
And robotic voice
CGI.
filters. Yeah,
Yep.
CGI.
Cool
I've played
cars.
plenty of CGI. In fact, some people would say I'm stuck in it.
Oh, mate, you're so digital. Anyway, so yep, tactical. The tactics that I think Lucid will be discussing here are, let's not jump into CT with the bomb when there's 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Pilly did just slap his forehead, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, speechless comes to mind
All right.
when you see plays like that.
Here's the thing. Lucid Dream, they're playing a little bit slow. You know what? Hurry up is in Thai.
What?
It's like Leo Leo. Go faster. It's like Davai in Russian, you know? Speed it up.
Go faster, like
Yeah,
play faster.
Like play faster.
You know, like Vodafone,
Yeah.
like their hashtag that you should use.
And they should, you know, like Vodafone, which is a communications company, that needs to go better too. Molly got short.
Really pushing it here.
They're going pretty fast this time, so that should go a little better. Oh, the nade though, the well-timed nade. Is the Dak-Dak's finally gone?
Finally.
But now they've got to run into Savage again. Where's the utility, boys? When did this work last time?
I don't know. They've got hopes. They've got dreams. And they're managing to dodge a few bullets here. Savage somehow missing those shots, even though they looked dead on. Eventually finding the final frag. HC taking down 2 of his own. But CyberZen crack the 10 to 0. Lucid Dream, like the chickens, are trying to crack that egg, hatch themselves some hope. But I don't know if they're going to find it. The tactical pause obviously not working out. The tactics seem to be, let's just run up short.
You know what 10 is in Thai?
No.
It's sip. And you know what CyberZen are going to be doing after they 16-0 these guys? They're going to be sipping on some beers. They're going to be feeling pretty good.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Although, in my current state, I think my immune system would prefer me not having beers. But if CyberZen want to come over and share some beers, you know, if they make the effort.
The nades have been so good every time.
They've just got the angles dialed, don't they?
They really do. Utility damage, I would love to see it. They're going to have very little utility on the side of Lucid Dream, and again, they're just kind of sitting around. It's not good.
Stalemate.
It's the opposite of good.
Not playing it faster as we did suggest. Fortunately, they can't hear us. But at this point in time, I wish they could. It would be pretty bad if they could hear us.
Yeah.
TB now posted, waiting for a B push, which does seem like it is about to come out, although jumping up on double stack. Viva will take point.
The silencer is going to be pretty hard to make work in that position.
Yeah, with 20 bullets. Oh, the timing. Viva's taken contact, but TV blinded. Wasn't actually playing anti-flash as well as I thought it would work out. But now here we are. So Just Cause picking up the 2 frags, and in the 3v5, CyberZen going all the way towards long A. Looks like they're not going to bother going for the retake. Potentially just try to get some exits, keep that economy at bay for Lucid. And rip the dream.
I mean, so the solution was to not go faster. It's actually just the slow play with the flash.
And to go to B.
Yeah.
That was the first real time they
don't go towards
properly.
Savage and Hurricanes, funnily enough. That's not a good idea.
There was a point when Savage, because Savage had the Dak earlier on, right? He did go to B. So maybe they were just trying to essentially take the gamble to not run in to Savage. But now Bottle getting aggressive straight into the crossfire.
Too much Black Ops 4, Mac.
Too much Black Ops 4.
100%.
I actually called that the other week. I think it was when Greyhound played someone that they probably shouldn't have lost to. And I'd seen on Twitter that they'd been playing Black Ops hardcore all weekend. And I was like, I bet you Greyhound aren't going to win this. And they didn't. Because they were just playing Black Ops all weekend.
Was that an FTL game, though?
Probably was. Best of one, you know.
Whatever. It's fine.
Whatever. ESCA, though, great, you know, platform.
Yeah.
Oh, Savage, though, straight up mid with the AWP. He's made the call. Is it going to pay off? Can't connect the first shot. No aggression from Lucid.
Look how scared they are.
They just won't be.
Oh my god.
Flash comes out. Oh, they were trying to make a play. There you go. So they've found one each. Back to the 4v4. Savage down to only 8 HP. Leaf and Zendi quite low for Lucid. Look at this super aggressive TB still close. Waiting for the flash. Headshots aplenty as Just Cause goes down, but now locked in the tunnels. Leaf could, no, not, yeah, it is Leaf. Could have the angle, but he's let TB run past. Here's those footsteps, and we'll try to chase him, but TB ready, gets the reload off, gets the info as well, but can't connect the final bullet. Now Zendi. Just holding this cat position, waiting for some more over-aggression from CyberZen, who's brought it back into their favour. Lucid Dream, as we saw, quite scared, did not want to go and peek the AWPer of Savage. Do you reckon he's related to JKS?
No.
No?
Zero chance.
Ah,
Something
damn.
tells me that. I don't know. Something about born on different sides of the world.
You never know.
They're both pretty good at Counter-Strike, though. It's going to be the mid to B, but that's not going to work out without a smoke, which has kind of been the name of the game for Lucid Dream.
Really
They
has.
tend to very much misthrow their utility, and then they're running into AWP lines from CyberZen. I'll tell you something interesting that's a little more interesting than this game. CyberZen have TB, and I was actually thinking about, you know, the blended players in the Chinese scene and how, you know, Vici Gaming has, you know, Advent. They have a lot of players that can play that sort of role pretty well, you know, anchor down a bomb site, you know, pick and fall back, gather info and stuff, you know.
Yep.
So a lot of people tend to give, you know, your Chinese players some flack for just being aimers and stuff like that. They got some smart players in there too. They got some good decision makers. I like to see that, and they're putting their teams together well cohesively nowadays, which is not something that they used to do. Let's not even talk about Tyloo, though. That doesn't count because they're all just so good that they don't need that guy.
I actually had the pleasure of listening to the Tyloo comms at IEM Sydney this year.
The pleasure, really?
Pleasure? There was just so many comms.
Yeah.
Just non-stop communication.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what allows them to play how they play.
Yeah, well, it's because they need to...
they
say
really
everything twice, don't they?
Yeah.
They actually do, though.
4 times.
Yeah.
4 or 5
3
times.
or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Let's go short, let's go short, let's go short, let's go short.
Yeah, in 3 different languages.
No, they're mostly English.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they speak in English.
What, the Chinese guys don't have to translate stuff as well?
No.
I don't know.
It's
Simple stuff.
It's odd.
Must be simple comp though. Meanwhile, Bottle just gets 4 headshots.
Huge holds up against the pistols. Lucid trying to save. Are we going to see some orbs come? Was it pistols? Yeah, they got reset. Okay.
No, that was saving. There. That was a full save.
Well, their money is still very, very bad right now.
Yeah, because they won 1 round. It's a classic. You win 1 instant reset, straight back in the bin. You start to climb your way out, you know, you got your fingers on over the sides of the bin, your head pops up, they instantly slam the lid back on it.
Take your fingers off too. You got nothing to hold your guns with.
I mean, it kind of looks like that at the moment, unfortunately. These are all
scoreboard.
such talented players, but they're not able to get anything done. Every round they're just getting naded to 50. HG's just walking through smoke. They're playing so scared as well. There's another nade. It's ridiculous.
So much utility damage coming out just from the HEs alone.
There's another molly. Leaf's burning.
Oh, he might have found a safe spot. So aggressive though.
Any spot closer to Bottle is not the safe spot you're looking for.
Oh, and he will go down. The aggression just too strong for CyberZen. But we are left in a 3v3. It looked like it was very much in CyberZen's favour this round, but TB, look at this position, has been spotted, gets the 2k.
Worth it. Info and 2 kills for 1.
And in the 1v2, Lucid may not actually be able to get this bomb down. Savage so fast on the rotate here, but he only has the AWP. Oh, well, he has a CZ, which
That's
he
a
actually
very
has in
bad
hand.
smoke, I was about to say. He can't throw it like that. It's so easy for a CT to creep through, but he does win the aim ball. Not enough health to make it work. I hate to see that. Just throw it a second later. Just bounce it off the wall. Don't just you know, throw it. This is an important game. This is the Asia playoff.
But once again, it comes back to the nerves you were talking about. Lucid just making so many minor mistakes, which are just all grouping up to show us this scoreline. 12 in the lead, CyberZen already in the first half. Final round of the first half as well. 2 Daks out here. 1 AWP, M4s, and for Lucid Dream on the Force, we have 2 Glils, 2 AKs, and just a CZ for Leaf. And $900 still in the bank.
Thought it was going to be a B rush. It was not.
He could have bought a Mac 10 or a UMP. Viva, how did he miss that? It was dead on.
The over adjustment. A little bit of an over adjustment at the end there, I think. That's alright.
Questionable.
He barely misses shots that he should hit. Savage hits the shots that he shouldn't hit. And then he hits all the ones that he should hit as well. So he just hits all his shots.
So you're saying Savage is much better?
Not this round.
Not this round? Well, here we are. Let's see how he goes on the old Dakaroni. He's managed to find 3.
Like macaroni, but doesn't taste as good. Tastes a bit like metal and sadness.
See, macaroni on its own is not that great, but with cheese, that's when the flavour starts to kick in. Although it's not really the macaroni that tastes good, it's the cheese. So, and yeah, that's just my 2 cents. So, sorry, just analysing dinner I haven't had for a long time. But here we are, through the smoke, HZ going in. Crosshair doesn't even need to be on the enemy. Wannafly goes straight in the bin there, as well as Lucid Dream score. As CyberZen go into the second half, leading by 13 rounds.
Yeah, it's not good. Oh, man. See, the Thai scene has so much talent, but I think this is where we're starting to see the fact that they are very inexperienced players, and they do lack the exposure to bigger stages that a lot of these players on CyberZen definitely already have. So that can be enough to, even if you are just as talented as your opponent, you know, just as smart as your opponent, it's the pressure factor, and we're seeing that be a huge determining factor. Not only that, but the form of CyberZen looks so good in this game. Like Hurricanes and Savage, both the last game and this game, have been so on point. Feels like Savage can just, like, you're seeing them get into favourable scenarios like 4-on-3s, and then they just get multi-fragged, and then it's over.
Just from one-off little positions too. Oh. One and done positions, which are just working out so much for them. Bottle, how the... something's going on here, and it's not too great, but Just Cause somehow pulling 2 out of the depths there, leaving it back to a 3v3. CT's with the HP advantage, but the bomb has to be retrieved. Out in backyard, and it looks like with that, CyberZen deciding not to aggress it long, just holding their ground and potentially waiting for a mid-push to come out. HZ contemplating throwing a Molotov at the ground and ending everyone at the moment.
Send him off with a Viking funeral. Roll him out on the river in a little boat and shoot the arrow, light him on fire. Give him a warrior's death. Well, love the sticker placement, by the way, directly in the center of the screen.
How the hell? What?
Doesn't trigger me at all.
How'd that happen?
It's a glitch.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, Valve don't fix things since stickers came out.
Is it
so
just
that's fine.
The double chicken?
Yeah, it's a double chicken in the air.
The double chicken, which is
spookier than any Inferno chicken that's got its head stuck in the wall. I'll tell you that. They're floating.
Oh, he's jumped. He's made some noise. Is it going to bait out or rotate, though? Both the CT players on the B site.
That was their strategy? Okay.
That was the whole strat. Hold long. I'm going to quickly walk.
That's like when you're in B plat on the old cobble and you just jump once and then walk back to A. It's like, I am in drop. Look at me.
The sound strats.
18 seconds to go.
The bomb still trying to make its way up long against one USP, which may be spotted in just a moment. Savage here with the P250. Can he get the angle? Flicks around. No headshot just yet. Spammed him down. 4 seconds. The bomb has crossed successfully, but with not a lot of HP, and it will just be planted, leaving it to the last moment. CyberZen looking to close out this match, but in the 1v2, TB with 27 HP. He has a USP, 2 headshots, and he could be good here. Jumping around, Wannafly, getting the info. Pushing close. Oh, he's almost done it too. Getting that first headshot onto Zendi, knowing exactly where Wannafly was. But a nice trade in the 2v1 for Lucid Dream to double their score.
Nice.
And find a second. So the Dream is still alive for Lucid to come back. Here we are. So this is Bottle with the ultimate bait play. Pulling
He's
the
creating
crosshair.
space, dude. You don't worry about that first frag. That guy's going to die anyway. You need Come on, man.
routes.
Just because one guy in the defensive line tries to tackle you doesn't mean you just push him aside and keep running. You got to make it to the end zone.
He read the strat book, and his entry route was not to clear, but inside the doors, right? It was to clear outside the doors. So he's like, you guys have this guy running past me, and I'll do my thing. All right. So 5v5. No one's down yet. That's a good start for Lucid.
HG's got Galil no armor.
Huh?
HG's got Galil no armor.
He'll make it work. He's feeling it. He's sharp here today.
You know, if you didn't have that P250, I don't know if some of this was dropped or not, but there could be some armor there. There should be armor somewhere. Surely.
Maybe a misbuy on the P2. He could have got that body armor if he didn't have the P250.
Oh, well, it's fine. Bottle and Savage have an AK. That's good enough.
That's it. That's all you need in this situation. Lucid did go for that head armor, which was a good decision, although up against the AKs, you know, not going to make a huge difference. Everyone just standing their ground now. Looks like they will send two up short, try to bait a rotate, and then as they do fall back, CT's not moving out of position, want to fly, aggressive in the corner. Savage spotted out at mid, almost picking up the frag. Leaf feeling it with the scout though. But not for long. Hurricanes getting the team kill too, so in a 1v3, he's going to have to try to clutch this one out. A huge amount of action on the B site. In about 3 seconds that all happened. HZ, oh, getting over aggressive, tagged on the body with the scout, and now quite low. Did know that Just Cause was coming in from the tunnel position, but just couldn't connect the shots. Throwing guns around, saving 2 AKs, 3 AKs make that. No, 2. 3, 2. Leaf, undecisive of whether he wanted to save the AK or the M4. And Lucid now 3. That's the most amount of rounds they've been able to put together in a row. It's a whole 2.
Yeah, it's another force spy from CyberZen.
So CyberZen, no respect. Just going to continually buy until Lucid Dreams economy is in the bin. Try to find their final 2 rounds. And but look, head armor on everyone again, so the Galils and the MAC-10 may not do a huge amount of work here, although Savage blinded, slowed down just for the moment. Bottle down to 56 HP already as well. He's over in the tunnel area. Now Leaf on site, just covering short, but the 2 CT players at long aren't actually going to find any more action. As it looks like CyberZen called the audible. Showed some presence at long, may re-aggress as they just hold the top mid push. Waiting for Savage to throw the Xbox smoke, but the rotation coming in from Lucid. Up short. Bottle actually opening up the B site there, finding a frag onto Zendi. But here we are, Crab Walk. Is it going to be strong enough? TB almost getting the lineup. Finding one, but Just Cause trading it for a 2. So the 2 for 1 favoring Lucid here. Bringing it back to the 3v3, but Just Cause still so low, and he will be shut down. Now that is the A site open as Leaf left it to try to head over to B, expecting the rotate from CyberZen. But the gamble just didn't work in the favor of Lucid this time. So the bomb's down. CyberZen have the man advantage. Leaf and Wannafly looking to retake from CT, which is a rough position to try to get into the site from. HZ will spot it in a second. Well, as I say that, brought back to the 2v1. Bottle last alive. Oh, good position. And with the fade shot through the edge of the box, shutting that round down in the 2v1 for CyberZen to make it to match point.
Yep, and now the CT economy is absolutely wrecked. Oh, if there was ever a harder way to come back into this game, don't think there could be. So, let's see how well they can do making a run at this one. There's been very few tactical pauses from both teams in this game. I don't really know what you would be able to say as Lucid Dream at this point, though. I mean, you could talk about what's the high percentage play for a bad buy like this, but I don't think it's even going to matter. CyberZen just looks like the far superior team.
Lucid just don't look like they have any strats on this map, and it's their pick. Like, they weren't really doing much other than throwing a single, or not throwing smokes, going in dry.
It's the classic, like, this is a high-pressure tournament environment, and when we're... Bottle's just opening up, it's looking like it's over. I just feel like it's the kind of thing where it's like, you feel like you're really good on a map when you're playing well, but then when the pressure gets on, turns out, you suck.
Can't convert those rounds. Although the final CT player has been spotted going up on a short, almost double-tapped with the scout. Savage shutting down the match, and that will be that. CyberZen 16-3 here on Dust. Taking it 2-0, so what do you know? It wasn't that 2-1, which we did predict. Lucid just dropping the ball here on Dust today.
Yeah, it didn't even feel like CyberZen had to do anything special. They kind of just sent their players around the map. They had good individual performances. They started out on the CT side, and Savage really got it going, as well as Hurricanes holding out that cap push. And once it felt like the plan A from Lucid didn't work, it was similar to the last map. Like, the plan A on their T side of Inferno didn't work, and they had a couple different weaker sort of things that they tried to do, but none of those really worked, and then they just got rolled over.
Not a lot to say.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say much after a 16-3, can you?
No, that's it.
Do you have a new favorite player, though? I mean, you don't watch much Asian Counter-Strike. Do you have a new favorite guy?
Savage.
Yeah.
You know, the highlight king.
Yep.
The multi-frag demon. I don't know. Who do you reckon's going to win against them and Vici?
Oh, that is impossible to know. Like, those Chinese matches are just so hard to call. Who's going to turn up on the day? There's so many mind games that goes into it. And then sometimes you just throw that all in the bin because one of them decides to play, like, unbelievably well and just 1v everybody. So
that's it.
That can always be a factor.
At the end of the day, it's going to be China #1.
Yep.
It has to be.
Regardless. Yep.
Yep.
100%. And
here we are.
Disgusting highlights of some Dak-Daks and of the like. Oh no.
Oh, I feel sick. No, not really. It's a good game. You know, Lucid had every chance to punish the Dak-Dak. They just didn't utilize their utility. And they were going in the death ball strat. They were staying together, trying to trade it out, just a little bit too slow and things like that. HZ just too sharp.
In general, their T side is very much lacking on most maps. They're definitely a CP team. They're very reliant on the individuals playing super well and multi-fragging, and that's something that when they're comfortable in their positions on the CT side, that Lucid Dream can do very well, but they really struggle to find a cohesive game plan as a team on the T side and have their players look as comfortable and as confident as they should be looking, or as they might have been looking on the CT side as they did before.
Yeah. You can't say much on a match like that. It's just, I guess it's outskilled, you know.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Yeah, like, why would they pick Dust and then just not have, like, look like they just don't have an answer for anything?
Maybe it was like the factor like I was talking about, where like the Dak just threw them off so much, and from there they couldn't really come back into the game, and whenever they were doing those cat hits, like the first time at least, they threw smokes and flashes, but it didn't matter. When an AWP is as good as Savage, he can still shut you down anyway, and you know, if you don't really have much else to go off apart from that, it can start to feel more and more hopeless, and it felt like they were just getting shut down at every turn. Even, you know, some of the players who weren't fragging as hard as Hurricanes or Savage were getting the work done, shutting them down just as easily.
As you said, TB did play his role really well as well, getting the information and just holding the anchor sites. Like, I don't know, like, they just were the better team on the day. That's what it comes down to, right?
Yep.
Like, if you don't tilt, you play well, you may be just as equally skilled on both teams, but you still pull a scoreline like that. That's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it was a 16-3 scoreline. I thought that they definitely could have played faster. Like, they could have beaten them 16-1 or 16-2. Like, it could have been easier, but they didn't. It was only a 16-3. Unfortunate. At the end of the day, they're going to have to try better next time against the grand final team of Vici.
Or try a better network.
Maybe.
Like Vodafone.
Great. All right. So, I mean, we're going to be looking at a grand final China-on-China matchup of two teams that are very familiar with each other. Definitely plenty of people that have played together in different iterations. Even these two orgs, like, combined to make a team not long ago. You know, Vici and CyberZen. It was Vici.CyberZen before. So, splitting apart and proving that there's enough talent to spread it around a little bit more and make two teams that are just as good. And we'll see who will be the better. That's a pretty spicy one. So, yeah, not too much to say about this game. It felt like Lucid on CyberZen's pick of Inferno. They had a couple good rounds here or there, but for the most part, the rest of the series is dominant by CyberZen. It was the Savage and Hurricanes show. They were just shutting everyone down. It was too easy.
It was just the disrespect. Like, shout outs to Dr. Disrespect, but like, that's all it was. They just came out with that Dak third round just after, like, they knew they were sharper on Inferno as well. You saw the plays that they were doing, going through the smokes, just, you know, not being punished. Dust 2, if you don't get punished for doing little sort of meta things like that, then you just snowball. That's all it was. Big snowball. Momentum never stopped. Lucid just couldn't find their feet. And, yeah.
That was it. Yeah, so let's take a little look at how these teams actually made their way through to the grand final. You had Vici take on 2 Easy Gaming, who actually took a map off of them. That was a pretty disgusting game. I remember casting that, and Vici should never have lost. That was a game on Overpass, which was their map pick, and they just fell flat on the CT side and tried to do the same thing over and over again, and it didn't work. And then the whole rest of the series, it looked literally too easy for the opposite, for Vici Gaming. And obviously we just watched CyberZen take on Lucid Dream. We got Vici versus CyberZen in the grand final for a spot at Odense. Either one of these teams could do damage overseas. I'm really hoping that I get to see the Savage and Hurricanes combo overseas, but I would be happy with the Vici making it through. It's going to be impossible to call who goes through, but whoever does go through, I'm sure they'll do a decent job representing the Chinese region, along with maybe Tyloo. I'm not sure if Tyloo have already made it to that tournament or not, or if they were invited, but
They might have been. You'd assume so if they weren't in the Pro League.
yeah, so they're all going to play at Odense December 7th to 9th. That should be a pretty interesting tournament. It's going to be the last tournament on the calendar. Plenty of these teams making their way through the Asian qualifiers and stuff like that. So plenty of chances for all kinds of teams globally to test their mettle up against some of the top teams in the world, like your Phases and your Astralises.
Yeah,
which usually doesn't go too well for them. But,
your orders.
Yeah, and the orders,
and your orders. Hey, good on you. Good on your order, making it over there from the AU quals.
Yep. So we will see, not too far in the future, I would imagine, who's going to make it through to Odense. But that will be it for the end of our show, I believe. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Mac, and we saw a pretty good game. And yeah, that's all I pretty much had to say.
Yeah. You know, thanks for having me, I guess. Thanks, Kevin, for putting me in the bin while I'm sick as well. You know, not coming in today. And yeah. Nah, shout outs to Kevin. Good man.
Good night to you, Mac, and good night to all our viewers at home as well. We'll see you next.